let's play Soccero. So I was looking for a football game which was not Subuteo. I don't like Subuteo because it's all about dexterity, and you cannot just have a casual game of Subuteo because people need to actually practice before they can play. And looking around, I came across Marco Wargamer videos, and he's a fellow Italian, and he did a quick review of Soccero, and it intrigued me because, like me, he doesn't follow football. I don't follow the Premier League or the Serie A, but I like playing football and I like the game itself, and I like the World Cup, watching the World Cup, even though we are in 2018 and Italy did not qualify for the World Cup. Hey ho. But anyway, I wanted something easy to play and strategic as well, and not about dexterity. The other nice game where you got two teams and is sport themed is Blood Bowl from Games Workshop. I've got that as well, but there are too many rules. A game takes about 3 hours, or maybe it took me about 3 hours. It's great fun, I had to say, but again, you need to invest a lot of money in painting the miniatures and everything else. This one is about football. It's a quick game. You can make it last as long as you want, and also you don't need to paint anything. It comes with two teams. You can see there's a red team and a white team. They're not really high quality, but they're rubber things, but it's enough to give you the sense of a team playing football. And also, I've seen people online, what they suggest to do is buying Subuteo teams, which are the same size as this, the team that you want, that you like, and just play with the Subuteo players. So let's just play through it. Again, the rules are simple. It's this piece of paper here, and extended rules, which they suggest to use if you want the kind of the real experience of football. You need to download them, print them out, and there are 5 pages of rules, but it's pretty straightforward, and I really like it. I'm trying to organize a little league around where I live to get people involved, with not much success at the moment, but hopefully this video will get people more interested. Anyway, so you got two teams. You got a little nice football pitch with a grid on top, so movement is based on the grid, and little touches like the goals. They are actually goals. You don't need them because you're not throwing the ball. You're not throwing the ball with your fingers or anything, but it's just a little touch that it's quite nice to see. And you can see that each player's got their own dice, and the idea is that you use one d6 to move your players, and then you can either use 1 or 2 d6 to pass the ball or to shoot the ball to the goal. The die that you use for passing the ball or shooting the ball it's a d6, and it's got the different type of pass that you can do. This is you can only pass on a straight line. This one is you can make one turn, a 45 degrees turn, only one, so the ball will move straight and then turn either left or right 45 degrees on the ground. And there's the one in the air where you simulate sending the ball in the air when you kick it. Let's just start playing. So what you do is you place your team with whatever formation you want. I believe, I don't know if you want to either place them as you want or do in alternative, so alternate turns, so a player places one player on the pitch and then the other one places the other one, so that you can place it in strategic positions based on the previous player position, and or you can just place them as you want, as you wish, and then whoever starts, like in a game of football, two players are going to be next to each other in the little middle bit. I don't know the terminology in English of all the football parts of the pitch, so apologies for that. And this is the rule. One of the first rules is you cannot place two players adjacent to each other unless they are the two players that are going to kick the ball first. Also, on kickoff, you cannot place any opponent players. Any opponent players cannot be in this area here. Okay. There is also a general rule that you should not have more than 4 players in a line, either vertically or horizontally. Diagonally, you can have more than 5 players on the same, more than 4 players on the same line as well. And usually they suggest you need to remind yourself to check after each turn, and if that happens, you're gonna give a free kick to the other player, to the other team. So, well, let's start. So the first thing you do is, you don't need to roll anything, you just need to pass the ball to this guy here next to it. Now it's still the white team's team turn, so I decide to move. And to move, what I'm gonna do, I roll only 1 die. There you go, 6. So now I can distribute this 6 movement amongst players, but I cannot move the player, the same player twice. So I cannot just say I'm gonna do a move 1, 2, and then I'll move 1, 2, and then I'll move again this player. So this is 4 movement, 5, 6. I cannot move this player again. I've already moved it, so that's it. I cannot take this move again. So let's go back. I rolled 6, and also players can only move in straight lines. I cannot make a turn halfway through, so I cannot do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I can go diagonally. So I got 6. Well, let's try and kind of infiltrate in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could also move the player with the ball, and I will move the ball with him. No, I'm gonna keep it there for now. So I did 4, 5, 6. Alright, so that's my turn done. Now it's gonna be the red player's turn. So they do the same, they roll 1 die. 1. Okay, so I can only move a player 1. And I can also move the goalkeeper if I want to. And we're gonna see how the goalkeeper can stop the ball going into the goal when we get there, if we get there. I hope so. So I can move 1. I think I'll move this guy, try and intercept that guy. Okay, one thing that I've already forgot is that this player was carrying the ball. So what you do at the end of your turn, you turn the ball around, and it's got a little red dot. It starts with a black dot there, and it's got a little red dot, which reminds you that that player was carrying the ball the previous turn. Because that's a rule whereby the same player cannot carry the ball in 2 consecutive turns. Even though in the extended rules, I'm going to use the extended rules here, if there are no opponent's players around whoever is carrying the ball, this player is allowed on the next turn to carry the ball again. So fine, so the red made their move, they just moved 1. So now I can decide to either move or pass the ball. So I think I'm gonna try and pass it, and I want to pass it either to this guy or this guy here. And I must, well, I don't, because if I use the extended rules I can actually move again, because nobody is next to me, is not adjacent to my player, no opponent's player is adjacent to my player. So you know what, actually I'm gonna move again. So let's see what I do. One, not really good. So let's move this guy with the ball here. Fine. That's it, other team. So you see it can be quite quick, it could be back and forth. Now I'm going slowly because I'm explaining each rule, but it could be a really quick game. One again, which is good, because now you can see that between those two players, if I do one, I'm gonna go in the same spot as the player that is carrying the ball, or where the ball is. And that is how you steal the ball from the other team. So I rolled one, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and steal the ball. So what you do, you ask the other player where he wants his player to be pushed, and you can go either sides or back or in whichever adjacent box you want to put it. But what's gonna happen now is that whoever lost the ball rolls a die. If you roll a 6, you get a free kick, because is simulating the opponent player committing a foul. So let's find out. 3. No, okay, so they illegally stole the ball. So no problem there, fine. And that is the red team's turn done. So you see that to steal the ball, if you need to roll the exact number to be able to move one of your players where the ball is, on the square where the ball is. Cool, so is the white team turn again. Let's roll one die. 4. Right, now, can I steal the ball? 1, 2, no, this is not in the diagonal line. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, no. No, so I'll try and block. I'm gonna move, so I do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Right player there. 6. Oh, I can go away. There, actually, I again another mistake I made. I didn't turn the ball on the black dot, because this is the first time this player carries the ball, so it should be on the black dot, right? So 6, so it means that I can carry the ball. One other thing about moving your players, you cannot move through your own players or your opponent's player. You need to go around them. So I'm going to do 6, so 1, 2, 3, and then the next turn I'll try and shoot from there. But I need to move the team up a bit. So let's move the other one. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one was carrying the ball. Right. White team's turn. 3. So one of the strategies when you move your players is to figure out a position whereby the opponent's player cannot directly get to you. For example, these two, there is no direct line to get there, so this guy cannot steal the ball. This one could steal the ball if I rolled a 2 instead of a 3, because it's 1, 2. But that's about it. All the other guys are not in line with my player. By the way, I didn't do it on purpose. I've just noticed it now. So 3. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. So that this guy now is forced to either pass the ball or shoot. Okay, so that was the white team's turn. Now the red team turn. I'm going to... Should I try and shoot and see where I get to. So when you shoot, you can decide to roll one of the d6 or two. Obviously, depending on how far you want to shoot the ball. If you roll 2 d6, you got the chance to roll 12, so you can move the ball or send it 12 squares away from you. If it's a short pass, maybe you want to roll just one die. And the type of strike that you want to execute. Not sure strike is the right terminology, but anyway, you know what I mean. So because I've got an opponent player next to me, I need to shoot. There's no other option. And when you shoot, depending on what you roll, then the ball is gonna go. It could be that I roll, the one where I can make a 45 degrees turn, which means I can do that and then go in, or here and then go in the goal. Or I can do this way, I can go this way and then 35 in there. And how the goalkeeper is going to stop the ball is if the ball goes through one of the squares adjacent to the goalkeeper, you need to roll, the white team manager will need to roll 1d6, and if he's on the ground, if the shot is on the ground, a 5 or a 6 will stop the ball, or deviate the ball on the behind the goal line outside, and it's gonna be a corner kick. Or if it's in the air, only 6. But if the ball goes directly into the square where the goalkeeper is and is on the ground, you don't need to roll anything, it will automatically save the ball. If it's in the air, you need to still roll a 6 to stop the ball going into the goal. So let's try. I'm gonna roll 2d6 and the direction die. Okay, so I rolled an 8 with I is on the ground. The shot is going to be on the ground, and I can make a 45 degrees turn. So any of the shots that are on the ground, if they go through a square with an opponent player or one of your players, the ball will stop there. They will stop the ball. When you shoot in the air with this one, only your player can decide to stop the ball. It will go over all the opponent players, or you can decide to just go the full length of your roll. So I did roll, this one, which is a 45 degrees turn, and an 8. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I can do that. So let's shoot there, which means now the white player needs to roll a 5 or a 6, and if it does, it's not a goal. 6 is being pushed in the corner kick, and that's how shooting works. Cool, so now it's a corner kick. So what happens in corner kicks is that you put the ball on the corner there, or on this square, and you choose one of your players to kick the ball, and then you've got any free kick, you've got they call them free moves. You can move 2 of your players wherever you want on the pitch. One rule to observe is that you cannot have more than 3 of your players in the penalty area, and also players of any of the 2 teams cannot go in the goal area here. You cannot put players in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move 2, and again here you should alternate, so whoever is attacking, I believe, moves first. I'm gonna move this guy here, and now the other team will make their own move, which means maybe they put this guy in front of him. And another one, I'm gonna go with this one, I'm gonna put him here, and now it's the white player's turn. He's gonna put this guy here, and that's it. Now, because this is a free kick situation, you need to you have the the meaning of the directional die changes a bit. The straight line is still the same, which means it's on the ground and it's only straight. The in the air ball is the same, so it goes in the air and you can decide that only your players can intercept that ball. The one where you can make a 145 degrees turn is different. This one is considered in the air, and nobody can intercept this ball, not even your own players, and this is in the extended rules. But you can override that by declaring, look, I'm gonna use the standard meaning of this die when I take this shot or this free kick. So at the beginning of any free kick, if you don't say anything, you are using the free kick rules for this die, which is this is in the air and nobody can stop it. But you can say, no, I'm not going to use that one, I'm going to use the standard one. Okay, so let's take a shot again. And hopefully now I could try and hit a header into the goal. And that is, again, if I manage to throw the ball exactly on this spot. So if I roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a curve, with a 45 degrees curve, or with the one in the air, I can then try and hit it with this player. This player will try and do a header into the goal. But let's see what happens. Let's throw both of them. Oh, that's annoying. So I didn't declare that I was going to use the normal rules, so this one is going to be in the air and nobody can stop it, and it's a 12, which means 1, 2, 3 with a 45 degrees turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can throw it here, or I can throw it 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe I'll put it here. I don't have any players here, or I can go back in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope. Because this guy can get it. Now I'm gonna put it on this side here. Unless... So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, let's do that. I'm gonna throw it all the way here. Okay, that's my turn done. Another cool thing about this game is that you play with the offside rule as well. So if a player is behind the last of the players, excluded the goalkeeper, when the ball gets kicked towards that goal, you're going to be in offside and you're going to take a free kick. So you need to also manage the fact that you need to bring your players back above the line of defense of the other team. So my next turn for the red team is going to be move players that direction, or maybe try and get the ball first and then move players in the next round. But that is the red team. The white team turn is now, so I'm gonna move players and see if I roll a 2, 1, 2, I can go and get the ball and I can shoot it into the goal immediately because I land there with an exact number of movement. 5, alright. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, so I can do 1, 2, pick up the ball and then carry on with the ball. I cannot change direction once I pick the ball up. I did 5, right? So 1, 2. Let's do 1, 2. This one gets the ball. 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. So this one got the ball, but he didn't carry the ball, so I'm not gonna switch it to red yet. Now it's the red players there, so they can only move. 4. Can I stop this guy with 4? No, I cannot get the ball back. So I think I'm gonna go back with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now is the white team's turn. I can try and shoot now. Directly there. Yeah, let's go there. Oh, it's straight and it's 9. Good. So fortunately, I didn't actually check, but diagonally there's a straight line there, and when you shoot from here, it automatically hit the post and go. The ball will hit the post and go into the goal, and you score a goal. So that's it. So I did the 9. So the ball goes on the ground there. Now the right player can try and stop it. So again, it's gonna be a 5 or a 6. I actually, if I start the tournament, I would like to try a different rule whereby if you shoot the ball from outside the penalty area, it's going to be a 4, 5 or a 6 that will the goalkeeper will use to save the ball, because I think if you shoot from far away, it's more difficult to score, of course. But for the time being, I'm just using the rules that come with the game. So let's see if I can roll a 6, 5 or a 6 actually. Oh, 6. So the ball goes into corner kick again. And that's it. I'm not gonna continue. They suggest you do like a real football match, so 45 minutes and 2 halves. But you can decide to play for 20 minutes halves. It depends on how much time you've got. But that's, I think, is simple enough to explain to people and pick it up quickly. And if you got 2 experienced players, it's going to be really quick. It's going to be back and forth. Plus, they suggest you, they provide you with hourglasses, which are, I think, 30 minutes each. And when somebody, see if the white team is taking a turn, for example, and they are taking too long, the red player can say, okay, now you're 30 seconds, sorry, it says 30 minutes, I meant 30 seconds. Your 30-second start, and you need to make a move and make a decision in 30 seconds to speed things up. I just love this game. Even playing on my own is quite fun. You can try different tactics and figure out your movement and strategy. And I really hope I can get this tournament going. I've just noticed on Board Game Geek there is a new football game coming out. It's on Kickstarter now, which looks similar to this. It was still prototype components, but I think they've added something that maybe is missing from this game, maybe not, I'm not sure, is stats for the players. And so maybe a player is better at shooting from outside the penalty area, or a player is better at shooting from inside the penalty area. That's it. I really recommend it. It's, I said already, maybe it's a game from Finland, I believe, which was surprising a bit, but maybe my ignorance about Finland. Maybe it's really football is really big in Finland, and as I said, I really recommend it, and I think you can find it directly on their website, and it's not that expensive, and the components are absolutely alright. These are, as I said, are rubber. The dice are standard dice, but the board is really thick and really sturdy, it seems. That's it. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.